Good morning, everyone. It's 6 minutes after the hour of 6 a.m. It's Monday, November 18th, 2019, 39 degrees outside. Tommy Goloff, your morning mayor in the house. Shane and Tom and Half Man, Half Amazing on the line. I don't know if he can hear me or not, but
I can. Can you hear me?
You can hear me? I can hear you fine. So
Excellent.
whatever we did works. So maybe it's just the show works. I don't know.
All
Maybe we can't
right.
hear
It's
each other when we're
Monday.
not on the show. So, well, good.
Happy Monday.
I'm glad you're here.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad I'm here too.
Yeah, me too. All right. Well, hey, the Bobcats won this weekend,
Yeah.
so that was a pretty good deal. Yeah, beat up on UC Davis, and
And they gathered enough cans of food to feed the nation.
I hope so. I don't know. I haven't heard the XL tally yet. Dave's not in today. He may have worn his
Dave's not
voice out.
here.
He may have worn his voice out yesterday or Saturday. They did a 12-hour stint up there, but Allie's running the show by herself over there. So, but yeah, Dave's off on assignment, as they say sometimes, right?
Yes.
Are you eating while you're on the air? Come on.
I got cookies this weekend.
Jeez. I don't know, man. Let's do some weather. Today we're looking for mostly cloudy, high near 52 degrees. Should be a pretty nice day. And tonight, mostly cloudy, low around 35, so nothing spectacular to tell you about. And Tuesday, rain likely, mainly afternoon, cloudy with a high near 49. And a chance of precip of 60%. New precip amounts, tenth to a quarter inch are possible. Chance of rain before 9 o'clock, then a chance of snow, mostly cloudy with a low around 26 degrees. Chance of precip 40%. And maybe a half inch of snow might be possible on Tuesday night. Wednesday, a 30% chance of snow before noon, and then it's cloudy, and then we'll have a high near 34. Little or no snow is expected. And then Wednesday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 15. Thursday, high with a sunny weather on Thursday with a high near 37. Thursday night, mostly clear with a low around 18. And then on Friday, sunny with a high near 44 and mostly clear with around low around 42. Yeah, can't read. Mostly clear with a low around 22. Saturday for the game, mostly sunny with a high near 44. So should be a pretty nice day for the game over there. And let's see, from our text line, we've got Highway 191 from the 35-mile-an-hour bridge to Big Sky. They've had a jackknifed 18-wheeler there, I guess, or whatever. They've got some black ice, multiple accidents, black ice, a semi jackknife across the highway. 6 miles out from Big Sky, there's no traffic going through at the moment, so you may have a delay there. That was as of about 10 till 6, so they may have the road cleared by now. I don't know, but anyway, if you're going that direction, be careful. Black ice on Highway 191. And that is, so be careful out there if you're going down to work at Big Sky or going to West Yellowstone or wherever. So take care out there, right?
Oh, indeed. You got to be careful.
That's for sure. All right.
And it's Monday, massive Monday. Today's our phone call day. Yay.
Well, we'll see how if they call us or not. We'll see.
They always call us on Monday.
No.
They're a great family. They want to know we had a great weekend.
I'm sure they do. Temperatures around the area right now, Livingston's 46 degrees, Manhattan's 39, Three Forks is 42 degrees, Galton Gateway's 41, Ennis is 34, Big Sky is 31 degrees, and at the airport in Belgrade, currently it's 38 degrees, and we're right at 39 degrees in our lavishly appointed downtown studios here at 125 West Mendenhall in the exact geographic center of Bozeman, give or take a mile or two, right?
That's right.
That's the place, man. Our poll question from Friday, what do you drive? And 50% of you drive trucks. 27% drive SUVs, 9% drive cars, 4% minivans, 1.6% of you don't drive anything. Nobody rides bikes, apparently. And other answers, one person drives a tank, another one drives a car and an SUV, and another one drives their husband crazy. So, what do you think,
Yep.
Shane?
Well, that's what I was going to say. And I drive Tom crazy.
That's
So
right.
That's what I drive.
He does. He does. All right. Which month do you get the least sleep? That's our poll question of the day. And which month do you get the least sleep? And right now, 40% say all of them. 20% say January, 20% say July, and 20% say August in early voting. So, which sleep?
Well, that's the difference between partiers and retired people.
That's probably it. Yeah. Yeah. Because we, since we've been working here all this year, Shane, I don't know.
That's right.
Anything at all. So once again, we've got a fender bender on Highway 91 from the 35-mile-an-hour bridge to Big Sky, and a semi has jackknifed across the highway and maybe blocking that road at the moment. So until they can get it cleared, traffic's going to be backed up there. So take your time. Black ice on 191 down there on your way to Big Sky. So be careful out there. So
there you go.
All right. Let's see, Shane, on this day in history, the United States.
Are you going to be asking me about my weather?
Oh, what about your weather?
We had an atmospheric event here in BC. It's called an atmospheric river. And from 2 a.m. Saturday till 2 in the afternoon Sunday, we had 100 milliliters of rainfall.
100 millimeters.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how much?
10 inches.
100 inches?
10.
Oh, 10 inches. That's right. Everything's in tens, isn't it? In meters. Yeah.
Anyway, so it's called an atmospheric river. I mean, it was like a monsoon. Like, I'm sure you went through this in Nam, but wow, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, speaking of metric measurements,
yes.
Do you weigh brand new babies in meters or kilometers or watts? Kilograms or whatever. Yeah. Do you? You don't do it 6 pounds, 2 ounces, huh?
No, sir.
Yeah. So what's a 6-pound kid weigh or 7-pound kid weigh? You don't know, do you? See,
I have to get my slide rule out to figure it out.
See, that's the problem with you people in the stupid metric system. Holy mackerel, what a dumb system. How did everybody in the world except us adopt this thing?
I only wanted to talk about weather.
Right. Well, even weather, you got Fahrenheit and centigrade. Come on.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, loser. 1883, the United States and Canada adopted a standard of a system of standard time zones. I'm surprised you don't have metric time, different from ours or everywhere else on the planet.
Well, I have to. You got me so upset now. I have to find this.
Yeah, where 24 hours it wouldn't be 24 hours. It would be either 20 or 30 because everything in metrics is based on tens.
Yeah, I know.
So you'd have to have a 30-hour day.
No, we have a regular 24-hour day. We're just normal.
Oh, yeah?
Anyway, yeah.
I think the listeners would take exception of that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Well, the time zones did help somewhat, I guess, or at least people weren't eating at 2 o'clock at one place and 9 o'clock somewhere else. So,
well, we're not tropical. We're not tropical countries. We're temperate countries.
Well, yeah, but what does that have to do with time zones?
Well, that's why we have time zones, because we're a temperate country.
Oh, is that
right?
We
have seasonal change. And for the purpose of seasonal change, and because of the tilt to the sun,
yes,
they decided to bring in
tilt of the earth. I think you mean, yeah.
I mean tilt of the earth. Yeah. Thank you.
That's all right.
That's perfect.
It's obviously Monday.
Yes, and the Royal Observatory in Greenwich, which sets Greenwich Mean Time for the world (GMT), and has since 1675. We determine our hours based on that, and because of the way the hours fall here, we made a determination to provide more sunshine in fall and less sunshine in summer. That's all it is. It's not complicated.
Yeah.
But some people don't like it.
Yeah.
And it depends on, the difference is phenomenal between our distance here. When we've talked, even, you don't notice now because it's dark all the time, but, when in the summertime, when the sun comes up, it's quite remarkable how early. What times it come up for you in the summertime? What time in the morning?
Oh, in the morning? I don't know, 5, probably 5:30,
Yeah,
something like that. I know this during the summer. It was just coming up as I was driving to work at 5 o'clock or so.
Yeah, it comes up here between 3:30 and 4.
Yeah, because you're higher up.
Oh, yeah, I am. See,
yeah,
that's a good thing.
Yeah. All right. 1886, Chester A. Arthur, the 21st President of the United States, died in New York at the age of 56. Chester A. Arthur from Die Hard 2.
Yeah, it's that's very funny.
No, Die Hard 3. I'm sorry, not Die Hard 2. Die Hard 3.
He was preceded by Garfield and followed by Grover Cleveland, obviously his vice president. So, yeah, he was only in the office from March to September, got a cold during his speech, the acceptance speech, and basically spent the rest of his life in bed in the White House.
Yeah.
There you go. That's
it. It's a very cold day, and he did it without a top coat, and he was out there for, an hour and a half or something like that, or 2 hours or some kind of long,
I'm kidding.
Long speech.
Garfield was shot. He was shot.
We talked about it. Who was the guy that gave the speech that got pneumonia?
Who was that? That was Hayes.
Could be. I don't know.
Anyway,
we don't care.
Yeah, he did civil service reform because, he was born in 80. I mean, he served in office in 1881 as president, and the Civil Service Reform Act, he provided for the civil servants of your country, which is why you have a deep state. Yeah, and of course, that's the Exclusion Act in 1875, which started problems between the United States and China and led to the Boxer Rebellion. And the Page Act, that was a biggie. First federal immigration law prohibit the entry of Chinese women, making the end of open borders. That's when it ended, folks. So there you go.
All right.
Open borders ended in your country, 1875. So the president has all kinds of precedent to rely on to not allow people in your country.
All right. We got to take a quick break. We got to take care of the farmers, ranchers, cab drivers, truck drivers. I hope the semi that wrecked on 191 is not carrying anything we need for breakfast. So, but we'll find out. All right, we got Montana News and Ag coming up right now. Here you go. 25 minutes after the hour, it's Monday, November 18, 2019. It's 39 degrees outside. We're looking for a high of around 52 degrees today. Hey, don't forget you can get your weather anytime you want it at our AM 1450 KMMS app, or you can go to kmmsam.com, and we'll have the hourly forecast, the daily forecast, weekly forecast, whatever you want is over there on our app and on our website. So check it out.
There you go.
Absolutely right.
Okay. I have to correct myself. It was William Henry Harrison. March 4th, 1841. While addressing the crowd, he caught typhoid and pneumonia and died 31 days later.
Wow. And he gave a really long speech, as I remember. It was really cold, and he kept people out there for, an hour or so or something with some stupid speech. He should have died.
That's good. Good.
He had it coming. Keeping those people out there that freezing cold for so long. Well, in 1923, astronaut Alan B. Shepard Jr., the first American in space, was born in East Derry, New Hampshire.
Yeah, what a guy. Eh? I mean, seriously, this guy was talented, was from the Air Force Academy, like all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And he was an astronaut, naval aviator, and test pilot. So he walked on the moon in 71 and went on to become a very famous test pilot with the guys, practicing in Area 54 at all those great military airplanes your country's built.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of the original guys in Gemini, and he flew to space on the Mercury spacecraft 15B Freedom 7.
All right. Well, in 1928, on this date, the first successful sound synchronized animated cartoon, Walt Disney Steamboat Willie, starring Mickey Mouse, premiered in New York City.
Yeah, it was a pretty incredible accomplishment because no one had seen anything like it, and they were all drawn. Every single picture was drawn in that movie, and of course, the follow-up to this that saved Walt Disney and Disney forever was Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah.
Which now they have to. Now Disney has to have a warning for children that it was an unrequested kiss.
Yeah. I know. It's so stupid.
Can't believe that.
We are so stupid.
Snow White needs the love of her life to kiss her to wake up. And
and I don't know. There's a couple others that say, well, culture was different then, or Dumbo, and some of these others were, I don't know. You got various people of color doing, menial work and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just...
Well, the most famous one is a musical Song of the South, and it was a great movie, but it was about a cotton farmer that was African American, and he was portrayed so poorly that they took it out of the theaters, and they never reissued the movie. That's the only movie that Disney's made. They've never reissued Song of the South.
Wow. Well, 1936, Germany and Italy recognized the Spanish government of Francisco Franco.
Which is a sad tale. I mean, he was in government as a dictator, as we all know, in Spain from October 1st in 1936, the 20th of November, 1975. And this was the foray of fascism, really, in Europe. This was the first country that was taken over and fought a civil war over it. And the Democratic opposition lost, and he brutalized them for a very long time.
Yeah.
40 years.
All right. We got to take a quick break. We come back, we'll talk about a major ruling in the Catholic Church. We've got to talk about Ronald Reagan and Iran-Contra and, a bunch of other stuff, U.S. arms inspectors and all kinds of that stuff that happened. So we'll be back right after the news with more KMMS Morning Soapbox with Tom and Shane right after this. Stay tuned. 24 minutes for the top of the hour. It's Monday, November 18, 2019, 40 degrees outside, looking for a high of 52 today. Don't forget you get your weather anytime you want it. AM 1450 KMMS app or at KMMSAM.com. And Shane Matobin, half man, half amazing, is on the line with me. Tom Eagle up, your morning mayor. And let's see, we're talking about... Well, in 1966, Shane, the U.S. Roman Catholic bishops did away with the rule against eating meat on Friday.
Yeah, and not the only church to have such rules. In fact, the Islam Quran, written by, of course, the Muhammad, they have Ramadan days, Sunnah days, and forbidden days. And the Hindu religion is they're vegetarians.
A plant-based?
Yes. Bahishaniism belief, so they are vegetarians. But yeah, the interesting thing about it is that the Catholic religion sort of it's always believed that this abstinence of meat as food or fish as a food on Friday was a recognition of the final supper, because that's what they ate in the final supper. So But as you said, Pope Pius XII made that big change, and it was followed up by Pope Paul VI in 1966, where they changed that rule. And the only ones that were upset about was McDonald's, because they were, their fish burger did really well, and then it didn't.
Yeah. Well, what a shame, because 16 years of school, eating fish sticks every Friday? Give me a break.
Yeah, I know, that was terrible.
That was pretty
both
nasty.
had to face that one.
Ouch, man. Well, in 1969, on this date, financier and diplomat Joseph P. Kennedy died in Hyannisport, Massachusetts, at the age of 81.
That's right, and he was quite the character. He was a big investor in the market, of course, and became the general manager of Bethlehem Steel, which is how I met Woodrow Wilson and Franklin D. Roosevelt, and they got to be good friends. And of course, he bought RKO Studios, and he made a fortune with the distribution rights for Scotch whiskey after Prohibition was dumped with his deal with the Brofmans. The reason for that was during Prohibition, he owned a glass bottle company, so they would be able to bring the booze in from Canada in barrels, and he would bottle it.
Yeah, and did a good job of it too.
And when the crash of '29 came along, and FDR was looking for somebody that he felt would be appropriate to set up the SEC, Securities Exchange Commission, he tapped Joseph Kennedy, which he then, after that, tapped him for ambassador to England.
Yeah. Well, from our text line 478-8298, any word on the 191 wreck? The only thing we know is that there's multiple accidents there. A semi jackknifed and across the highway 6 miles out of Big Sky, and 191 from the 35-mile-an-hour bridge to Big Sky in that vicinity there. And I'm assuming they're getting emergency vehicles there to clear the road, but the road was blocked at one time, I guess. So that information came into us about 10 minutes till 6. So keep us apprised if when the road does clear up, let us know, and we'll be sure to announce that. Anybody going that direction, you're going to have a significant delay possibly, or you may want to select a different route if you're going to Big Sky or West Yellowstone. Well, I'm not sure you can go to Big Sky another way, but if you're going to West Yellowstone, you can go through Ennis, I guess, or wherever. But 191 is kind of a mess right now. They got black ice down there in the shadow of those mountains, and of course that just stays there. It just doesn't melt. So be careful if you're going in that direction. So that's the latest word we have. If there's any other, call us at 522-TALK or text us at 478-8298. We got to take a short break. We'll be back in 90 seconds. Stay tuned. 17 minutes before the top of the hour. It's Monday, November 18, 2019, 40 degrees outside. Update on the accident on 191. It's a semi has jackknifed there and is blocking the highway, and no traffic going through at the moment, at least not as of the last 20, 30 minutes or so. So be careful in that area. You're gonna be in a parking lot probably for a little while, and it's not going to be easy for emergency vehicles to get through there with all the traffic there. So you may be you may be there for a while. I don't know. But anyway, if you're in that and you can hear us streaming or whatever, by all means, give us a call. Let us know when that has cleared out, so we'll advise people. Otherwise, you may want to think about making alternate plans, or call work and let them know you're going to be late if you're going to West or Big Sky or someplace like that. Let them know that you ain't going to be on time this morning. Let's see. On this date, 1976, Spain's parliament approved a bill to establish a democracy after 37 years of dictatorship. How do you switch like that, Shane? Just back and forth. You just, we're not a dictatorship anymore. Do what you want.
Well, yeah, it's a constitutional monarchy now, and the king was reinstated. There's 47 million people in Spain having serious economic problems, and now with the issuance of sending people to prison for wanting to secede from Spain, they've been having a lot of demonstration and unruly law. Yeah. But the GDP is 1.9 trillion, and per capita income in the country is 42,000 a year, which ranks its 30th out of 192 countries. So. Beautiful place, Barcelona, a great place to have a hamburger. Oh my goodness, the beef in Spain is incredible. A lot of it comes from Argentina.
Okay, sounds good. You've been everywhere, haven't you?
I don't know. No, there's a few places I have yet to go.
1987, the Congressional Iran-Contra committees issued their final report saying President Ronald Reagan bore ultimate responsibility for wrongdoing by his aides. And we're sort of in a similar situation right now.
That's right. But he had a fall man, Lieutenant Colonel Oliver North, took
the blame.
Yep. 1985. The scandal broke on the 20th of August, 85, and the hearings lasted till the 4th of March, 87. And he did the right thing. Ronald Reagan had the American people figured out. He went on TV and said, I was wrong. I made a mistake. I truly believe that this money was going to Iran and none of it was being diverted to the Contras. But to my dismay, that happened, and I apologize to the American people, and they forgave him.
Mm-hmm, they did, yeah.
So saying you're sorry goes a long way.
Yes,
even
it does.
In a marriage.
Yeah.
But what's that line? Love means never having to say you're sorry.
Right. No. That's right, yeah. 2002, UN arms inspectors returned to Iraq after a 4-year hiatus, calling on Saddam Hussein's government to cooperate with their search for weapons of mass destruction. I've never totally understood how you search a country for weapons of mass destruction, Shane. I mean, what, he got them in a basement in some, trailer park somewhere, or what?
Well, not only that, but your country went to great lengths in the United Nations, to get this weapons of mass destruction issued.
Yeah.
There were resolutions already for this: 660, 661, 678, 686, 687, 688, 707, 715, 960, 986, and 1,284. So, 9 resolutions to convince the world that he had weapons of mass destruction, as you said. Resolution 1441, another one, was a material breach of the ceasefire claimed by the United States, and they claimed under Resolution 687 they should have the right to go in and make sure that he had no weapons of mass destruction. Well, that led to the invasion in 1990-91, I guess, right? And didn't find anything after Kuwait, and then with the terrible thing on 9/11, they used that further to justify the invasion, which all turned out to be sand in the wind.
Yeah, apparently did. I don't know. Hussein seemed to even have his generals convinced he had them, and I think it was a major bluff, and they called his bluff, and they weren't there, But still in all, one of the reasons that we got involved in the Middle East that we shouldn't have, and there you go. So, all right, 2003 on this date, the Massachusetts Supreme Court ruled 4-3 that the state constitution guarantees gay couples the right to marry.
Well, we know how that's unfolded, so there's not a lot to talk about. States have, like California, have voted not to have it,
and the courts have overturned the will of the people.
Yeah. Yep, that's now an existing precedent.
Yep.
Of a minority in your country. So there you go.
2006, actor Tom Cruise and actress Katie Holmes were married in Italy. The couple divorced in 2012. So a nice, successful 6-year marriage. And Tom, of course, a big Scientology guy. And
There you go. What do you
Katie
think of
says not buying it.
Have you read much about Scientology?
Oh, not really. No more than the tabloids put out about Tom Cruise and who's the other guy from Staying Alive and Urban Cowboy.
It flies his own planes.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Well, it's just a philosophy to me that's been established as a church, which stranger things have happened. So there you are.
Yeah. Okay. From our text line, 478-8298, let's not forget the 150 kegs of yellow cake uranium Canada has stored that came out of Iraq. So, you know where that yellow cake is?
I don't know. In some mine,
some mine
somewhere. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Sergeant Preston's keeping an eye on it.
We don't need it, because we got you. We got America.
That's right. You don't need nuclear weapons. You got ours.
You got ours.
That would be it. All right. Let's see. Moving along here. Let's see. What do we got? We've got 2 days before turning 92, Senator Robert C. KKK Byrd, a Democrat of West Virginia, became the longest serving lawmaker in congressional history. Spent 56 years in Congress, 56 years, 320 days, almost 57 years in Congress, Shane. I mean, showing up there and making laws for 57 years. Wow.
Yeah, he was first elected House of Representatives, 1952, served 3 terms, and then ran for the Senate and won. And was recognized as a wizard, ex-wizard of the KKK, and was an absolute segregationist, racist. And we all know who presided over his eulogy at his funeral. Oh, President Bill Clinton, Obama, and Hillary. Talking, Hillary, she all but wanted to kiss the casket. I mean, this guy was great. And he was famous for bringing up the expression pork barrel spending and changed the Senate rules to attach leaders onto legislation for specific things just to get it passed. So, instead of being able to ask for something and getting it passed as, funding for it, they would just add it on so they could sneak it through because they knew they wouldn't get it otherwise.
We've got 4 dead and 6 wounded in California following a shooting at an NFL watch party last night. California police are on the hunt Monday for a group of unknown suspects who opened fire last night at a backyard football viewing party in Fresno and left 4 people dead. Investigators said 10 people overall were hit with gunfire during the incident, which unfolded around 8 p.m. local time following the conclusion of the San Francisco 49ers game with the Arizona Cardinals. And 3 people were reported dead at the scene. 4 succumbed to his injuries at the local hospital. 5 of those wounded had non-life-threatening injuries, while a 6th person is being treated after he was grazed by a bullet. And so what we do know is that this was a gathering, a family and friend gathering in a backyard, and everyone was watching football this evening when unknown suspects approached the residence, snuck into the backyard, and opened fire.
Ouch.
Wow.
Sounds pretty consistent, doesn't it?
Yeah. They told reporters all 10 of the victims were Asian males between the ages of 25 and 35, and about 3 dozen people attended the party. Thank goodness there were no kids were hurt, because there were several kids and females there in attendance at this party. And the Fresno City Councilman Luis Chavez, who represents the southeastern portion of the city where the shooting occurred, described it as a senseless and criminal act. So
they all are, Thomas. They all are.
Yeah. I wonder if it was an Asian gang situation deal or whatever.
Probably.
So, yeah.
Most likely, right?
Could be. I don't know. Yep.
That's the worst case. That's the worst case scenario in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Is gangs, especially drive-by.
Well, that's what it sounds like. If they seem like you just don't say, "Oh, do you hear that? Let's go in that backyard and shoot up the place." I'm sure there's Asians back there. Let's do that.
Yeah. Those guys that are opposed.
No, I think this sounds awfully gang related. But anyway, we got to take a quick break. We'll be back in 90 seconds. Stay tuned. 4 minutes before the top of the hour. It's Monday, November 18, 2019, 40 degrees outside. We're looking for a high of 52. Talking about the slayings in Frisco, or Fresno rather, not Frisco. Followed a recent wave of violence in California that included the murder-suicide deaths of a family in San Diego on Saturday, the death of 2 high school students in Santa Clarita, plus the shooter on Thursday, and the death of at least 4 people at a house party in Orlando on Halloween night. One of the neighbors was saying that a nearby resident's house had been shot at just the previous week. And earlier Sunday, a man in his 20s was fatally shot in another part of the city. Police say whether the 2 shootings were related. And one of our texters wants to know, how's that strict gun law legislation working out for you down there in California? Is it a good deal or not? But I don't know. So, yep, another shooting in California. Isn't that like 3 in the last week? Yeah, it is. Strictest gun laws in the country. How's that working for them? Well, it's not working very well for them. And as we've said a million times, I don't think there's any law that's going to stop gun violence that can be passed, other than we'll come and take every gun and possible. And I think even that would,
yes.
I mean, they'll bring them over the border, they'll get them somehow, or they'll go to machetes or knives or, grenades or something else, so it just never ends. So let's take a quick phone call, and we got to take a break at the top of the hour. Caller, thanks for calling. You're on the air. What's going on?
Morning, gentlemen. It's Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Your texters got to it before I could.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's ringing. You're reading the text, and I'm like, that's what I wanted to say.
Right.
No, basically, I'm wondering how that's working out for California.
Yeah.
You elect a whole bunch of Democrats, and look, violence increases exponentially. The rules change where you can't even penalize homeless for defecating and urinating in public, and oh my goodness, look.
Or shoplifting. They don't even prosecute for shoplifting either.
Isn't that something else? I read an article that people are moving to California so that they could take advantage of the shoplifting laws. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to comment real quick. It's no wonder why we're seeing so many Californians come here, huh?
Yeah, gotta go. Gotta go somewhere.
Right, have a great day.
That's for sure. Hey, thanks for the call. Yep, that. Yeah, it's a bad situation there, man. They are really in trouble, and the Democrats have just run California, the Golden State, into the ground.
That's right.
My God. I mean, Newsom is just unbelievable, the things he wants to open borders, come on in, we'll take everybody. Everybody's camped on the streets, and as Steve was mentioning, holy smokes, it's not good. Yeah. It's not good there. So.
No, it isn't. It's a sad thing. If you've been to California, prior to 10 years ago when this all started, it was such a beautiful state.
Yeah, that it was. But boy, I'll tell you.
Clearly, I mean, there's areas of that still are, but the urban areas of California are dirty and they're not safe.
They're not safe. All right, we got to go. We'll be back after the news at the top of the hour. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. 6 minutes after the hour. It's Monday, November 18, 2019, 41 degrees outside. Looking for a high of 52 today. Don't forget you get the weather anytime you want it. KMMSAM.com, or go to our app at AM 1450 KMMS, our phone app, and you can get the weather anytime you want it. And we're talking about some local news right now. And the one story, I guess, is that after 18 deaths and $1 million of payouts by the city and county and wherever, They finally put a light in at the intersection of the Spur Road on the Frontage Road between what is that road, Shane?
Oh, yeah, right.
Valley Center. That's right. Thanks for telling me. Yeah, Valley Center.
By the way, it's Valley Center.
It's Valley Center, yeah. Yeah, we got a light there going. It goes under the bridge to Frontage Road. So we've had a lot of accidents there, Shane, over the years. And they've put in this and they put in that, and they've separated the lanes and put turn lanes in and everything. And they put a flashing light there and all of that. Nothing seems to really help all that much. But hopefully stop and go traffic lights there will help alleviate some of the destruction on that road, because it's always been a dangerous road. It had a big S curve in it, and they straightened that out several years ago, and widened it somewhat. But it's still it's one of the main commutes between that and 90 are the main commutes to Bozeman from Belgrade and Three Forks, Manhattan, and all those areas. So it's long needed and thankfully done.
Yeah,
so,
all states should have hashtag learn how to drive and then put signs up,
Yeah.
Learn how to drive, hashtag learn how to drive.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Well, in other news, also, MSU is looking to save some energy. They're going to use geothermal wells. Shane, you got any geothermal wells in Vancouver?
No, we don't have anything close to the surface like Iceland and Montana with, Yellowstone Park. I mean,
yeah. So you don't have the heat. You don't have the heat underground, huh?
Yeah. Why wouldn't they do it 100 years ago? I mean, it's so weird.
Well, underground wells used to heat and cool 4 buildings at Montana State University have already reduced their energy use by 40%. So now MSU wants to spend $2.5 million to expand geothermal energy to the core of the campus. So when the Montana Board of Regents meets in Bozeman next Thursday and Friday, MSU will seek permission to spend the money to design and build an energy system for the heart of the campus. So, yeah, it'd be pretty interesting to see how that works.
Yeah, from like 1880 to I think it was about 65. The entire downtown Vancouver was heated by central steam plant.
Yeah,
amazing. Right?
Yeah,
very inexpensive.
That's true. Yeah. From our text line, what we've been reporting all morning, 478-8298, semi jackknifed in the canyon to Big Sky. Several rigs involved, at least a 2+ hour delay there. So be careful going that direction. We've got a semi jackknife there across the road, I think, and it was quite an accident. There were several vehicles, I guess, involved as well. Black ice down there in that area. So it's about 6 miles or so from Big Sky. So if you're going that direction, you may want to call in sick or late or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not going to be cleared up probably anytime soon. So yeah, it must be a total parking lot there, I would think, Shane. So. I don't know. Just be careful going down that direction, because it ain't pleasant down there. So
no,
yeah,
doesn't sound like it either, does it?
Yeah. Well, once again, Shane, Bozeman's going to vote on a housing action plan. Thank you very much. Monday night, tonight, the city commissioners will decide whether to accept the city's next housing plan. I can't wait to find out what it is. Jeff Krause will inform us on Tuesday morning, I guess, for those that don't want to stay up and go through the boring part of the watching it on TV. And so Jeff will give us the skinny on it. But city staff will present Bozeman's draft community housing action plan and a framework to work with business and housing industry pipeline to reduce some of the town's housing woes over the next 5 years. They'll decide whether to accept the plan that's been in the works since April. City Manager Andrea Surratt said commissioners will likely tell staff how to prioritize the plan's ideas. I'm sure they will. All of them will. Well, 4 of them will be happy to tell you to, force them to be built wherever they want them. I guess. I don't know. We want to do here. This does this say it? We want to do as much as we have control over, and the commission needs to tell us in what order.
Yes, indeed.
This is like
the order is so important.
This is like a menu, and they're choosing their favorites, one from column A, one from column B, right?
But the problem is like it's only in Chinese.
Yeah. And the draft suggests the city find more money for housing efforts. Guess what? What does that translate into? Higher taxes.
Taxes, you got it, baby.
Create a route to make it easier to keep units affordable for the long run and expand the city's housing mandate to have developers build condominiums and rentals below market rates. Of course, well, every builder wants to go out there and build stuff they can't make money on. Why not? I mean, it makes perfect sense. It also talks about finding more ways for the town's employers to play a role in helping people find housing. That's right, by employees. That's the way to do it. So I don't know, man. This has been going on for how long? Ever since I've been here, I think every commission wants to have some kind of low rent housing or low cost housing or whatever, where we can give somebody a 3-bedroom home with a picket fence and a 2-car garage for $190. I don't know.
So a PSA, are we coming up on an anniversary
of
us?
27th.
I know.
Yeah, next week.
We got to remind people,
Well, as it gets closer, I was going to, but.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
what,
you talked about those awards for a month. I can talk about our anniversary for 2 weeks.
Okay. Well, we had to promote ourselves for the other one.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. I am promoting us. Anyway, Go ahead. I'm sorry. It was a public service announcement.
Yeah. Well, in other news, ESPN podcast to feature kidnapping victim and athlete. And, of course, that was Carrie Swenson, who is a local award-winning biathlete who was kidnapped back in 1984. And she's my vet for our dogs, Carrie Swenson is.
Wow.
Yeah. So
cool
yeah, she's a veterinarian now. And a very nice lady, I might also admit. She is very nice, great with our animals, and couldn't be happier with her. And I don't know that she needs that notoriety, but she rarely speaks to reporters about it, and we haven't asked her anything about it, of course, out of courtesy of her privacy. But apparently they're gonna do another feature on her. I'm not sure why it's on ESPN unless it's the fact that she was a biathlete. That would be the only connection I could see.
Cool.
That they're having there. So I don't know. What do you think, Shane? So.
Well, it's one of those personal choices, and people have the right to make it.
That's true. I guess so. So.
No, I mean, I'm sure the whistleblower still wants to remain anonymous. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, we've blown that whistle.
Yeah, we blew that whistle.
Yeah. Well, in other news, we had Cranksgiving, people biking. They go on a scavenger hunt to different stores and buy some food and whatever. And it's about 40 people participated in it. They buy about $20 worth of food in the scavenger hunt. They go from store to store and buy something for the food bank, and then, of course, end up the end of the races at the food bank, and they donate the goods. So good for them, yeah. They've been, as part of the Can the Grizz food effort, of course, the food bank serves more than 3,000 people in the Bozeman area each month. So, they certainly need a influx of donations and things from folks. And of course, all the supermarkets chip in with things. But this is a great way to do it. And then we're going to have the huffing for stuffing coming up too, not too long.
Love the names.
I know, huffing for stuffing, right? So we'll have some folks in on that coming up, and also the other we've tentatively have the dam lady scheduled for Wednesday. I think we've talked about the dams that are in danger of failing or whatever. So we're either going to have her on or her director. The director of the dams, whatever. So, and I did get the clarification that, as many of you know who are regular listeners to the show or have been KMMS listeners for a length of time, that some of our hydro dams, well, I guess all our hydro dams were sold. So those are not under the control of Montana as much as they are the Department of Energy. So the folks we're going to be talking to don't have anything to do with the hydro dams, but the dams that don't produce any electricity or anything like that are the ones they control. So just to clear that up, and we'll have that going as we go along. So yeah, so kind of fun. Yeah. Yeah. What can I tell you, huh? Well, in other news, Montana employers saw a decrease in workplace injuries and illnesses, with the majority happening in private industry, Shane.
Yes.
Yeah, the Great Falls Tribune reported that state employers had 14,100 Occupational Safety and Health Administration recordable injuries and illnesses in 2018, including 11,900 in private industry, and the Department of Labor and Industry released its annual survey of occupational injuries and illnesses last week, and the report says Montana injuries and illnesses fell by 11% from 2017, where there were 15,000, and the number of workplace injuries per 100 full-time workers in the state dropped in private industry from 4.4 in 2017 to 3.9 in 2018. And despite the decrease, the figure was still higher than the national average of 2.8 injuries per 100 full-time workers. And the report says Montana is consistently higher than the national average, and I think the reason is that we have more dangerous occupations here.
Of course, yeah. That makes total sense.
Yeah. We do more driving, we do more trucking and hauling, we do more construction type things and logging where we can and other things. So yeah, there's an instance where you can very easily be hurt in Montana.
That's right. Well, it's not like it's a small place.
That's right. It isn't.
That's right.
All right, we got to take a quick break here. We'll be back in 90 seconds, so stay tuned. Just 21 minutes after the hour of 7 a.m. It's Monday, November 18th, 2019, and 40 degrees outside. Nice and balmy for a November, I guess. And we're looking for a high of 52 degrees today. Shane Taubman, half man, half amazing, on the line with me, Tom Eagleoff, your morning mayor, and this is the KMMS Morning Soapbox with Tom and Shane, and we've got a semi jackknifed in the canyon to Big Sky. Several rigs involved in that. There's a 2-hour delay down there. It's not going to be fun if you're going toward Big Sky. You might want to rethink your trip or find an alternate route, maybe, depending on where you're going. But apparently we've got a mess down there. It's going to be difficult for emergency vehicles and everybody to get in there because those are narrow roads. And, if there's a parking lot down there, then by all means try going a different direction if you can, or going somewhere else. So. Let's see. The Trumpsters are up early today. So how many suckers believe Trump went to Walter Reed for a physical? Probably same people who believe Mexico has paid for a for a built wall, and she's locked up, and he won't play golf like Obama. Stable genius self-impeaches himself during the inquiry via Twitter. His new lie is anyone who doesn't kiss his butt is a never Trumper. What a dotard. If you don't see that Trump is a con man, congratulations, you're the mark. All right. Happy to put that out there for you.
There you go. And let you think about it.
That's right.
Let that just sort of cook in your brain.
I know. Where would I be without the morning anti-Trump tirade? I don't know. This show would be incredibly boring. Let's go to the phones. 522-TALK is the number. Calling you on the Morning Soapbox with Tom and Shane. What's going on?
Good morning.
Morning.
I'd like to know what time this meeting is for the House Development Program.
Oh, the housing? Let's see if I can find that for you real quick here. Let's see. Well, it's going to be at the City Commission meeting, I think. They're going to decide Monday night, so it'll be at the regular Monday night meeting at the courthouse.
What time is that?
Usually they start about 6 or 6:30, something like that in the evening.
Oh, okay.
And it'll be on TV as well. You can either go down there and put your 2 cents in, or you can watch it on TV. I'm not sure what channel it's on, depending on whether you have Dish or whether you have cable. But
okay. Well, next thing is this House Commission should understand that when they build these townhouses and condos, people still cannot afford to purchase them in the Gallatin Valley. They are moving out of the Gallatin Valley into other areas where they can afford to live due to the uprising of the taxes and levies that they're putting on homeowners who have been there for more than 15 years.
Absolutely right. We talked about it with the county commissioners on Friday. We've talked about it, of course, with Jeff Krause. And
well, the talk is cheap.
Well, that's true, but unfortunately,
what are they going to do about it?
Well, the voters voted in the high school. They voted in the public service center.
I know they did.
Yeah.
I know all that, and that was really ridiculous the way they presented it.
Yeah.
Why do they need another high school? They have one. Oh, because we have an increase of people. Well, why do you have an increase of people? Well, people from California are leaving because they can't afford to stay there. So now we're duplicating what California has done.
Yep.
Now go to Nancy Pelosi's house in San Francisco. Do you think she's threatened by all this mess she has created with those politicians and Democrats? No.
No.
Because money talks, bullshit walks.
Amen to that. There you go.
All right. You guys have a good day. Bye.
All right. Thanks for the call. All right. Let's see. Is anyone besides me concerned that our intelligence committee is so caught up by trying to impeach the president that they're not having briefings about problems that are arising in places like Iran, Hong Kong, or China? And that would be true. And they're also not doing infrastructure, healthcare, job creation, budget, you name it. Yeah. Nope. We're all concerned that they're making this their whatever swan song. you would call it that way, Black Swan song, I guess, probably, huh?
It just, I think they've just done more harm having these people speak, because Americans look at these people and go, you're paid like $150,000 to $200,000, and you don't know what your expertise is corruption, and you don't know what's going on, and you don't know how many companies are being investigated. You haven't heard anything, you haven't seen anything. You've been told. Yeah. I've been told something. It's just very sad, isn't it? I mean,
well, it is.
People, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. From our text line, what if by chance President Bush had satellite imagery of weapons of mass destruction being moved from Iraq to Syria, and they just couldn't get it done fast enough to get the approval to get after it? Possible. Well, it is possible that a lot of people think he did move. If he had them, he moved them out of Iraq. Yeah. No I mean, that's an easy out.
Sure it is.
But whether or not that was true or not, I don't know. Right now it's ancient history, but
yeah.
Yeah, if you're just joining us, we got a semi jackknifed in the canyon to Big Sky. Several rigs involved, 2-hour plus delay going on down there. So be careful if you're going to Big Sky. You may want to see if there's an alternate route to get there, or plan on doing it another time, because I think there's probably a major parking lot on the way to and from Big Sky there. So there you are. Yeah. Thank goodness for the text line to educate your listeners. Their talk radio ecosphere blocks out so much information. Most are unaware of the July phone call transcript is not verbatim, word for word. Well, how many people were on the call, Shane? It's easier to tell you how many weren't. So, right. There's plenty of people on the call that can testify to what was said or what was redacted or whatever. So does it make a big difference? I don't know. No, exactly. Anyway, so I wouldn't worry about it. It's all going to come out in the impeachment hearing anyway, so what's the problem? We're going to hear all about it. Everybody's going to testify. Trump's going down, and it's just, it's a done deal. Right, Shane?
Of course it is.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we got to do Fox News, Montana State News, Brooke Foster weather. Troy Miller wants to talk to you. Four Corners Pond wants to talk to you. And, of course, Shane and I want to talk to you when we come back. So stay tuned. A lot more to come this morning. We'll be back with more local stuff and the 5 things you need to know. 25 minutes for the top of the hour. It's Monday, November 18, 2019, 39 degrees outside. Shane, really nice day. We're looking for a high of 52 degrees today. Remember, you can get your weather anytime you want it at AM 1450 KMMS.
There you go, baby. Yeah.
Get it on the app on your smartphone, or you can get it at KMMSAM.com. And we're happy to bring that to you. Oh, let's see. Back to our text line. We should let you know that there's an accident on 191. If you're heading to Big Sky, you're going to be delayed a couple of hours there, as they've got a couple semis that have jackknifed, and there's some other vehicles involved. I guess no traffic going through at the moment back then. So we'll see how quickly they can get that cleared and the thing open again. If you're down there and listening to us on your smartphone or whatever, by all means, let us know on the app chat line when it's clear, and we'll let people know that they can get through there. But right now, it's kind of a mess. So
it would be with that kind of an accident.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. So
what was it last time? Was it about 6 months ago? It was that whole truck of bees.
Okay. Oh yeah,
over.
Yeah.
It made the national news.
Yeah, we lost a load of bees out on.
Yeah, a load of bees.
Yeah. Out by what was it, Durston and Gooch Hill, something like that. Somewhere over there. Oh, let's see, for our text line 478-8298. Trump said transcript is word for word. It is not, and we should only look at it. Witnesses on the call say it was illegal. Trump says they are never Trumpers. They are not. We believe the liar in chief over people with principles. Well, as I said, you're going to get testimony from people on the call. And if you don't hear them in the House, you'll hear them in the Senate.
Yeah, so right. One way or the other, they will be heard.
Or the other. We're gonna. All right. That's what's going to happen. So. Why do I care now? I don't.
I know you don't. And you should.
Yeah. This is just like the debt. Nobody cares about it.
That's right.
Oh, we got
what do you think about Friday? We haven't talked about this. We should really quick, but the market went over 28,000.
I know. Yeah, I was just going to mention that. It's 28.04 right now. It's down 37 cents, but still above 28. It opened above, but now it's down.
Yeah. Amazing.
But yeah, that's quite an advancement. We've been talking about 28 since the summer.
That's
and just haven't gotten it done yet. But
and soybeans are up 5% for the year, so they're back.
Mm-hmm.
Gold is up to $14.73, silver $17. And gasoline is still holding at $1.62. Natural gas is trying to move to that $3 plus, and crude oil is 57. So the only currency that I'm worried about, and I keep watching, is the euro. It's 110. It broke the 111 now. So now where was it? What happens with 110? British pound's 129 is up because they're having an election.
Right. Yeah. Well, Hong Kong's going crazy too over there. You know that they've moved on from they originally were protesting, I guess, for the not being sent to China for trial or for
extradition.
Extradition, yeah. And they put that aside. They're not going to do that apparently, and now they're stuck with they just want more freedom. What a surprise!
That's right. but they're also not dealing just with the Hong Kong police. They also have Chinese soldiers over there now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so we'll
getting dicey, buddy.
See how it goes. Yeah, because they're on the world stage right now, and China. This isn't Tiananmen Square. You know, you're not in China anymore. You're outside. So let's take a quick call. 522-TALK is the number. Call you on the air. What's going on?
Well, here's a Daniel R. Peterson confessional.
All right.
Now, while I agree with the way Trump is cleaning out the swamp, exposing the deep state and the fake news, I still will call a spade when it comes to his psychology. I was listening to the ousted woman ambassador from Ukraine in real time when I watched that he was criticizing her as she talked. I blurted out, "Shut up!" How impolite not to just quietly listen to someone who is speaking from her side that's on stage. He's forming a rebuttal and not listening to her. That's a systemic problem with talk radio, too. People trying to one-up one another, not really trying to communicate, but present company excluded. Thank you.
Okay.
The 2 points about her testimony and that tweet. Number one, she would never have known it if Schiff hadn't read it. So he can't be charged with interfering with or trying to, intimidate witnesses. Number two, she was doing a huge disservice to women, the way she was treated. It was disgusting the way that she was treated by the Democrats. I mean, it diminishes the importance of women in their efforts to advance themselves in government. And number three, she didn't know anything. Like there was no reason for her to be there.
Well, can't Trump just politely listen to her? What's wrong with listening to a person?
Why? She was sitting there bad-mouthing him and making comments and contradicting herself, admitting that Obama did nothing but send blankets and food, and that Trump was the only president that sent them weapons. And it was only a delay. They didn't know, and he sent it anyway. Again, if you notice that after she was asked, have you met the president? No. Have you met his chief of staff? No. Have you met the vice president? Have you, he went through this list, and he said, what are you doing here? You have nothing to contribute to this other than you want to whine about being brought home, taken out of the position as an ambassador, and then under the State Department, getting a position at Georgetown for $175,000 a year. Wow, what a Hallmark card!
Well, you're talking about hard information. I'm talking about psychology. There are all sorts of breakthroughs in psychology about mudslinging and giving other people
Oh, yeah, you're right. It was better than psychology. It was this was Trump 2.1. He controlled the entire news cycle for the entire weekend with that tweet that drew attention to her and her testimony. So, aces to your president.
There you go. All right. Hey, thanks for the call. I got to go.
Yeah, thank you.
You are welcome. All right. We'll be right back in 90 seconds. 15 minutes before the top of the hour. It's Monday, November 18, 2019, 40 degrees outside, looking for a high of 52. Remember, you should get your weather anytime you want it at AM 1450 KMMS on our app, and also get it at kmmsam.com on your computer. All right, from our text line, 478-8298, who cares if Trump was asking Ukraine to make up dirt on Biden? I don't think he asked him to make up dirt on Biden. First place. We can't let Democrats win. They will destroy our nation with socialism. Trump was being a patriot for us. Well, I would say that's probably true.
Fair observation.
Yeah. Let's see. We're told to believe a president proven to be a serial liar over people on the call with careers of honest and dedicated service. Just when do Republicans admit that tampering with elections is not how our forefathers envisioned our democratic process? Not good.
That's what he was trying to do. How Ukraine tampered with the 2016 election, number one.
Yeah, I was going to say that's what they were looking for.
You know, let's see what the IG report has to say about liars.
Yeah, that should be good.
Yeah, this week before Thanksgiving.
Right. Yeah. I'm not holding my breath, Shane. I don't know.
I think it's Trump's gift to the Democrats for Thanksgiving because he knows they're going to impeach him for Christmas.
You think so? Huh? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, they're going to have to work hard to get it done. So I don't know. They could probably take the vote today and it would work. You know, I don't know what they're waiting for.
You think so?
Well, wouldn't you think so? I mean, they got the votes.
This is all about what's coming. The IG report.
Well, but I mean, they've got the votes to impeach Trump. I mean,
no, but when the IG report comes out, and it's already been leaked how devastating it is.
Well, I still believe maybe Strzok and Page and maybe McCabe will be the only people that are gonna see the Gray Bar Motel.
No, the FISA warrants.
I don't know.
They had an intelligence investigation approved by the White House on your president into the 10th month of his presidency.
Yeah, I'll believe it. I'll believe it when I see it. I don't think Obama's clean. So's Clinton, and Comey's clean. They're all going to be clean, man.
Well, president can be charged after being out of office.
Well, that's true, but they're going to charge. Do you really believe they're going to charge Obama with anything?
Oh, Durham is. I'm telling you, they're holding up this IG report because Rosenstein is flipped. He didn't want to lose his pension. He didn't want to go to jail for signing the fourth FISA warrant. Yeah. And where have you heard him, seen him? Has he made a speech anywhere?
No.
Has he had an interview anywhere?
No, you're right.
And he comes out the day he's leaving, the State Department in their big theater with Barr, and they wish him goodbye and tell him he's a great guy. He got his severance, he got his retirement. No, I'm telling you, you put this whole puzzle together and you look at everything that's happened and everything we know. We're not making anything up, folks. We know this. He signed the fourth FISA warrant in October of 2017, 9 months into the presidency of Trump. Mm-hmm. That is not good.
Okay.
There you go.
So,
I've told it.
As I say, I'll believe it when I see it. But
all right, buddy.
All right. We got to take another really short break. We'll only be out for a minute, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. 9 minutes before the top of the hour. It's Monday, November 18, 2019, 40 degrees outside. We're looking for a high of 52 degrees today. It's another Manic Monday, Shane. Manic Monday.
Well, you have snow too, right? So you
do what?
You have snow, right?
No snow.
No snow.
Got no snow. We've had snow every year for Thanksgiving of the 26 plus years I've been here. And I don't see a lot of snow on the forecast, but I would bet we'll have some the week of Thanksgiving because I can't ever remember a Thanksgiving here when we haven't had some snow on the ground somewhere. So,
well, this front that came through dumped a huge amount of snowpack in the mountains, and Whistler's happy, and it's coming your way today.
Then we're going to get it, I guess. All right.
Yeah,
so, all right.
Today.
All right. From our text line, 478-8298, if you believe Trump is a patriot, you're the mark. Trump's campaign chair, convicted felon. Trump's deputy campaign chair, convicted felon. Trump's foreign policy advisor, convicted felon. Trump's national security advisor, I guess, is coming next. I don't know.
That's right.
Hadn't finished the text yet, so we'll wait and see how many others are. But the one thing you got to remember, some of these folks here, is that they went out on their own and committed crimes. They didn't commit the crimes for Trump. Manafort, for one, and some of these other folks that have been stoned. Another guy,
That's right. Yeah.
went out and committed their own crimes. They didn't commit them for her. National Security Advisor, convicted felon. Trump's personal lawyer, convicted felon. Trump's long-standing political advisor, convicted felon. It appears Trump lives in the swamp. Well, as I said, it's not. They didn't do it for him. They did it for their own gain.
Self-gain. That's right.
So,
we'll see how it winds.
Yeah, if he's complicit, he would have been gone a long time ago.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna say, So, take it or leave it. Let's see. Just coming in today, have the issues experienced with the broadcast last week in the midday hours been remedied? I certainly hope so. I have no indication that we're going to be off the air again, so I'm hoping that nothing will change and that we'll be the same. We may be higher quality than we were. I don't know, but I haven't seen anybody roaming the halls yet, so fingers are crossed that whatever they did over the weekend worked. So I'm not sure what they did, to be honest with you, but a bunch of guys came in with rolling suitcases and went down in the basement, and I don't know what they did down there. So, but anyway, we were off the air for a couple days, couple afternoons anyway. So. And we apologize for that, but as I say, I'm not privy to what the problem was. It may have been upgrades, it may have been server issues. I don't know, but anyway, we're on the air at least. So
we're on the air.
Yeah.
We're doing our job.
Yeah, let's cross our fingers and hope that this will all work out. So yeah, I certainly hope so. So yeah. We have a fender bender on 191. One or more semis have jackknifed down there, and they've got a real problem with the roads and whatever, the access down there. So 2-hour delays are predicted from some of our texters, so be careful if you're going that direction. There's black ice down there. And obviously the trucks are going a little faster than they should have on that ice, and so they are now being cleared out. So, well, yeah. I'm guessing they must be on their sides or whatever.
Yeah.
So if they are, that's going to take a big crane or something, or else a heck of a lot of people are going to have to push them off the highway. So I don't know. So. Tom, did you just say you don't care if Trump broke the law as long as it was against Democrats and therefore that's patriotic? Not good. No, I didn't say I didn't care if he broke the law at all. If he broke the law, he should be strung up for it. Just like any other lawbreaker. I don't. In fact, if you're insinuating that asking a foreign government to interfere in your election is against the law, you're going to have to show me the law, because it's not in the Constitution.
No,
anywhere.
Again, this about wanting to find out what Ukraine had to do with 2016 has nothing to do with 2000.
Yeah, with the election coming up.
Yeah,
so it has nothing to do with. Yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with that, because.
Yeah.
I mean, this has started way back when.
2015.
Yeah. So, let's see. FYI, the trucks are not tipped over in the canyon, just jackknifed. Okay, well, that's good news. They should be able to maybe clear that faster if they weren't tipped over. So, thanks for the input there. So that is a good thing.
And props out to those guys that drive those oversized tow trucks for big trucks, man. That's heavy work. Woo.
Yeah. What are you smoking? Cohen broke the law for Trump. They all broke the law for Trump and not for themselves. Well, I don't know. Manafort had to pay back an awful lot of money. I remember that.
So. And what about the time he spent in solitary confinement for this?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Ah.
That going on, too.
Mm.
Oh, let's see. You are like rotten parents who justify everything their bad kids do. Okay. I'm not justifying anybody doing anything. All I'm saying is you got an impeachment inquiry going. Let's see where it goes. You know, if you're not guilty, then, give me, let me know. So
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's where we're standing, at least right now, that, I don't know of a single charge that has been levied against the president.
No, they're all accusations.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're innocent until proven guilty, and
And Pelosi and Schiff, every week change the goalposts or charge.
Yeah, yeah. Versus bribery, then bribery works better than quid pro quo. No one knows what that means. So bribery works a lot better.
Well, as a scary word, yeah, but who paid Trump anything? Nobody.
Well, I was going to say, nobody paid anybody anything. No investigation took place. So, nope. And even if it was, colluding is not if Trump could have asked Putin to, hey, can you fix the election for me? And Putin says, no problem. I'm on it. And that would not be illegal.
That's right.
So. Yeah. That's why I say there's all kinds of internal laws about fixing elections and stuffing ballot boxes and all of that. Legal voting and all of that stuff is on the books. But as far as having a foreign government help you win an election when all the experts are supposed to be in the United States, not in foreign countries, as to how to win our elections.
Well, and as you know, all laws that are passed by your Congress, the House and Senate, they're not grandfathered. So, which means, why haven't they passed any laws? Like, you go to prison for 20 years for releasing, national security information, or you go to prison for colluding, or you go to prison for taking bribes from another country. I mean, this whole thing with the Bidens is so bizarre because they go, well, there's nothing on the books that says what they did was illegal. Well, why isn't there?
Yeah. Yeah, that was it. So now we definitely care if politicians break the law here. We're not going to defend that. Certainly. No way, no shape or form am I going to okay somebody breaking the law. But I do need a charge. A trial and conviction.
But that's my point. They don't pass any laws about their misbehavior and being held responsible. I don't. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. All right, that wraps it up for this hour. We've still got a full hour to go. We've still got the 5 things you need to know. So we'll be back with that right after the news. So stay tuned. Thank you, Dan. Welcome back, everyone. 6 minutes after the hour of 8 a.m. It is Monday, November 18th, 2019. 40 degrees outside. 52 is our expected high today. Don't forget you get your weather anytime you want it at AM 1450 KMMS on your smartphone or KMMSAM.com.
There you go.
Yeah, pretty good. Well, let's see, from our text line, amazing how the Trump haters, hating libs, think Trump has broken every law under the sun, but they think the Bidens have done absolutely nothing wrong. By the way, why do these libs keep moving here? This is a conservative state. Please quit coming here.
That's good.
You are like a battered wife who makes excuses when the cops arrive. Funny how Trump and his cult ignore Putin's efforts, well documented in the Mueller report. Well, if they're well documented, then why aren't they the basis of the impeachment?
Precisely.
Anti-Trump texter STFU. All right. All the felon criminals referred to by the texters are guilty of process crimes. The texters' ignorance is simply astounding. Steve. FYI, the trucks are not tipped over in the canyon, just jackknifed. We reported that earlier. We've got a couple of trucks jackknifed on 191, and there has been some blockage there, so we're not sure how it's doing right now. It's been a couple hours ago that that happened, and so if anybody's still down there, or if you're still in the parking lot, let us know, or if it's clear, also let us know that if you can. And we'll try to keep everybody informed as to whether or not that road is clear, or whether you got to take alternative route somewhere else. We're still above 28,000, Shane. We're up 15 points, so pretty good. And
our downloads keep growing because people love the show.
The downloads are at 20. They're at 2,249. We're almost at 2,250. So we're grateful for that. Thank you very much for downloading our shows. And you can get those either on your AM 1450 KMMS app or at kmmsam.com. Just look for Tom and Shane's podcast, and boom, you can take us with you anytime you want. Commercial free. There is no interruption at all. So,
well, should my Rosenstein theory be correct,
yes, we
should be able to go viral in that story.
Well, we'll find out. I have no clue.
and the other thing too is the one thing about all the discussion about the Democrats and running, no one really wants to talk about an open convention. I mean, they've mentioned it a few times, right? But they really don't want to go there. They don't want to talk about the possibility of an open convention. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Well, we've got another debate coming up on Wednesday, so it should be exciting to see what they're going to talk about now. We've had shootings in California, so probably gun laws will more likely pop up. I doubt if anybody's going to talk to Biden about his son Hunter. I don't think any questions are going to be asked about that. It's going to be all health care and I don't know, whatever.
Well, I just hope when Biden gets on the stage, he doesn't turn his back to the audience like he did in Iowa.
Well, you never know. He's not sure where the audience is. That's the question. You know,
he's definitely not sure where he is.
I expect him to come out in his shirt and tie and these boxers because he forgot to put his pants on. I don't know, but anyway. With all due respect, a couple of suggestions for your poll questions. Have you? Here's some examples. Have you read the Declaration of Independence or the Constitution?
That's a good one.
Yeah. Is educating the population a job of the federal government?
That's a good one.
Do you understand the concept of federalism?
Well, that's a good question. Sure.
Is the Electoral College still relevant? I think we may have asked that one. I'm not sure.
You've already asked that one.
I think we have. Is Congress getting anything done? Are we headed for a civil war? I don't know. That might be a good one.
Question.
Yeah. Yeah. Our questions. Let's see. Let's go back over our questions for the other day. What do you drive was one that we asked on Friday. 50% of you drive trucks, 27% drive an SUV, 9% do cars, 4% do minivans, and 1% doesn't drive anything, I guess, bike or otherwise. We didn't have anybody riding bikes. And our poll question today, in which month do you get the least sleep? And 40% of you say all of them. 20% say January, 20% say July, 20% say August, and no other votes for the other months. So,
well, I can attest to that. Raising two girls, until they're 6, you don't get any sleep.
Okay, that's right. Terrible twos are not not when you want to do that. So, all right, let's see. 5 things you need to know. Well, let's do one more Trumper deal from our text line. Why not, huh? They're entertaining. Okay. They're fun. 478-8298. Trump asked that Biden be investigated for possible misconduct or breach of ethics. He didn't ask for Ukraine to lie or manufacture evidence against the Bidens. Yet the Steele dossier is full of lies and coercion by the left and we don't even talk anymore about the real liars. Former acting FBI Director McCabe was supposed to fully disclose information regarding his alleged involvement with the leak. This was supposed to happen prior to November 15th, or he was to be charged with tampering and possible obstruction. Sounds like quid pro quo to me.
Indeed.
Yeah. Do you know what the current situation is regarding potential charges against him? Against McCabe, I don't know, but you think Rosenstein is going to flip and throw McCabe and Comey and Brenner
Clapper.
and Clapper and Strzok and Page and Obama under the bus.
All of them, yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you got to remember, he came in under Sessions as the assistant attorney general.
Mm-hmm.
And he talked Sessions into accusing himself and putting himself in charge of the investigation.
True.
And when Sessions resigned, he was the interim attorney general. So of all the pieces to this puzzle, my question isn't where's Hunter Biden, it's where's Rosenstein?
Mm-hmm.
So the bottom line here is Durham hasn't called a grand jury yet. And, you call a grand jury when you're ready to you question people with regard to criminal offenses. So I think that's what I'm just saying, I think that's what held up the IG report, because if Rosenstein is flipped, it'll be in the IG report.
Yeah.
And that can, the minute the cat's out of the bag, that puts a whole different sight on what Durham's doing in Connecticut.
Yeah. So, well, we'll see what happens. They're supposed to, they were supposed to release it every week since June. So before Thanksgiving, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
It's done, and it's in Barr's hands. So, the bottom line is, the amazing thing is no leaks. That's what's really impressive, right?
Well, Mueller didn't have many leaks either, but
Well, GY, yes.
Not the leak, I guess, huh? Well, the fact there's no leaks here may also tell you that there might be a lot of speculation about what happened, but maybe not a lot of actual courtroom proof. So.
Well, you saw Barr's comments at the Federalist speech he gave on Friday night. That was pretty.
That was a pretty impressive speech. Yeah. Yeah, he got a lot of applause during that speech too. So for various things he said. So. Let's go to the phones. 522-TALK is the number, 522-8255. Caller, you are on the Morning Soapbox with Tom and Shane. What's up?
Hello, this is Denise.
Hi, Denise.
How are you?
How's the nephew?
I'm fine. Anyway, the Fork and Spoon is sponsoring from the Gallatin College Culinary Arts students tomorrow night. Special chef dinner. They're having squash soup, beef short ribs, apple cobbler, and homemade ice cream. And the students are also making up 100 pies for Thanksgiving to be bought at $18.
Wow.
Pie, and you can go to forkandspoonbozeman.org to order them.
Okay, forkandspoonbozeman.org.
To order the pies. But everybody can join in tomorrow night for the nice chef's night that the students are putting on.
Well, good deal. Well, thanks so much, Denise, for the call. Appreciate it.
5 to 7 tomorrow night.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Thanks
Bye.
so much. All right. Sounds good. Yeah. Let's go to the phones. 522-TALK is the number. Caller, you on the air. What's going on?
Well, good morning there, Tom and Shane.
Hey.
Peter.
Trump is guilty.
Okay.
He's guilty of making a handful of foreign diplomats sad. An old Shiffy, he knows the best way to get the Dems on his side is emotion.
That's for sure.
And that's what Yovanovitch was all about. And, of course, we didn't hear about Obama. He fired them all. I didn't see no alligator tears for those people.
Yeah.
And with concerning Barr, they come out with this deal, and they said that 92% of D.C. jury pool is anti-Trump. Maybe Barr's looking for another venue.
Well, I was going to say, it'd be pretty hard for Trump to get a fair trial in New York.
Well, Well, I'm talking about D.C.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
He ain't, I don't know where he'd have to go. Maybe Montana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, come on out here and have those trials. Hell, I might even go to that.
Yeah. Why not? Let's have them here.
But yeah, you know, emotion is the baby. Reality doesn't matter. It's all about emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Because in my book, if you're a witness, you should have witnessed something. None
That's
of them
true. Yeah.
None of them did. No.
None of them witnessed anything.
Nothing.
Well, not so far anyway. You know.
Well, the guys that are coming now, some of the ones that have already testified down in the basement.
Mm-hmm. Well, they want their 15 minutes of fame, you know, in front of the cameras, and then they're going home. You know, I mean, that's
well,
what
yeah, and
I think that's Schiff's whole motive, man. He's been picked on as a little kid because he's not very big. He finally has the power to go after the president of the United States. Holy mackerel! That's a dream for an abused, you know.
Yeah, but at what point does Schiff have a nervous breakdown?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he has one constantly. Did you ever look at his eyeballs?
I was gonna say
The guy's a psychopath or something.
he looks like he's looking around for another crack pipe or something.
No, he looks like he doesn't get any sleep.
Well, that too.
Well, maybe he's got toothpicks in there to hold him up or something. I don't know.
They're awfully big. I know that.
He should get some plastic surgery and have them eyelids lowered or something.
Yeah. That may be it.
I don't know what they call that procedure.
I don't know.
Make me squint.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, he's Pelosi mother hens, you know, Chicken Little, right? The sky is falling. The sky is falling.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess my theory is, you know, get a grip on your emotions, guys. Don't let your emotions rule everything that you say or do or think. You know, try looking at a little reality once in a while, because the papers are coming out. I think everybody, if you want to do something to help this country, send Judicial Watch $25.
Yeah, they do a good job. That's for sure.
I'll tell you what, they're minors.
Well, wait till the IG report comes out and the Democrats accuse them of interfering with the election.
Well, all they've made is accusation. That's what they do. They
I
live,
know.
You know, they live and die on accusation. If somebody accuses you of something, you're guilty. You know, listen to the hashtag #MeToo people.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to believe them people. Why? I ain't got to believe anybody. In fact, I don't. But yeah, do some digging, folks.
Yeah.
There's a lot of information out there right now that's coming out, and it's not hearsay and it's not an accusation. They've actually got the paperwork.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good to me. I gotta go,
Okay.
Pete. All right.
Yep.
Thanks for the
Bye.
call. All right. Take care. We'll be right back right after these important words in 90 seconds. 22 minutes after the hour, we got a caller waiting on the phone. Let's go to the phones. 522-TALK is the number, 522-8255. Caller, you are on the Morning Soapbox with Tom and Shane. What's going on? Hello.
Yes. Hello?
Yeah.
This is Mark, your morning paper carrier.
Hey, Mark. How you doing?
Oh, pretty good. This bit with Trump, I mean, my land. Obama had an 8-year honeymoon as president. When did Trump start?
Yeah. Well, 2016. 2017,
and
I guess.
House of non-representation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, you're right.
How much stuff has the House actually accomplished without virtually being forced into it?
Well, not much. Not much I can think of offhand. I mean, they've named a few post offices and probably a couple of freeways, but other than that, I'm not sure.
Well, the whole thing of it is, aren't they supposed to be doing the work we sent them to do?
Absolutely. Yeah, they should be working on health care. They should be working on infrastructure. Should be working on job creation, a budget, you name it, yeah.
And yet they turn around and do a few minor, tiny little things before an election to get reelected, and then dump so many regulations onto those that it didn't count.
Yeah. Well, that's where we are. So vote accordingly.
Yeah, I know of only one place that might be a tad bit more crooked than Washington, and it's inside the United States.
Yeah.
Well, that's the sad thing. They talk about all the corruption in the world, and from the sounds of what we've heard so far in these hearings, there seems to be a lot of corruption in your country.
Like I say, we're not immune, are we?
Yeah.
No, what they need to do in Washington, D.C. is look into a mirror.
Amen to that, yeah.
Because, like I said, look at Tester. He moved to Washington, D.C. Why? He didn't like what was coming in his mailbox here. Said, hey, get your butt in gear or get out.
Yeah.
So,
possibly.
Yeah, I see stuff in the newspaper that makes me think, I'm glad I'm just delivering this stuff.
Well, let's hope they keep subscribing so you can have a job.
Yeah. Well, you got enough elderly in this area that will have a hard copy.
Well, that's true. Yeah, good for them. Yeah.
That's right. Exactly.
Okay. Oh, just to let you know, when a truck jackknifes, I've seen this. I've worked with trucks before.
Yeah.
The cab tries to do what looks like an extremely stupid U-turn.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
An extremely stupid.
Yeah. Yep. Apparently, we got a couple of them down there that are jackknifed.
Yeah. You know how much? Have you ever watched Highway Through Hell series?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Watch that. It shows what a jackknife is and how big a headache they are to take care of.
They are a headache, that's for sure. Yeah, we got a 2-hour plus delay, or so people were saying anyway down there.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, so we'll see. Well, we're asking people to call if they're down in that area, and as soon as the road clears, let us know.
I got a relative in Idaho that works the record. He said the last jackknife he went on was just one truck, and it took 3 hours to straighten it out.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't doubt it. So, all right, man. Thanks for the call.
Chat with
Appreciate
you guys
it.
later.
All right, take care. All right.
Thank you.
Get those papers out. Yeah. Let's see. From our text line, 478-8298, when convicted of a crime in America, a person has the right to cross-examine witnesses and face their accuser. Secondly, third-party testimony like that of the whistleblower is considered hearsay and not admissible in a court as evidence. Lastly, any evidence gathered must be shared with the defendant, legal counsel, not hidden behind a closed-door meeting. Now I realize that technically Trump is not on trial yet, but isn't it reasonable to assume the President of the United States would at least get the same rights or privileges that a convicted felon is afforded? Oh, I get it. In the Democrats' eyes, Trump already is such a vile criminal that he's denied due process. Democrats, you are all such morons.
Well, as we talked about this time and time before, it's not the French Republic. It's, in France, you have to prove your innocence.
Mm-hmm.
Here in America, the government has to prove you're guilty.
Every U.S. citizen has 3 federal offenses on the books against them. That includes you liberals. So I'm not sure what the 3 offenses are, but I've had a couple in my time.
I'm sure we all have, even in Canada.
That's right. Making fun of a person's appearance, you guys sound very professional. Seriously? Who was I making? Oh, I guess we're making fun of Adam Schiff's appearance.
Oh,
yeah,
right,
we were kidding about his big eyes and whatever. So
well, they do it on Saturday night.
Well, that's true. They do it there. So, all right. But yeah, you're right. We shouldn't make fun of someone's appearance. It can't help how they look. Shane and I are testimony to that, certainly.
Hey, speak for yourself.
Yeah, I have a face for radio, that's for sure.
There you go.
All right. FYI, we've got a couple of jackknife trucks on 191 near Big Sky. So if you're heading that way, you might turn into a parking lot somewhere along the line there as they get that cleared up. So be careful down in that area. Let's take a phone call, and we got to take a break at the bottom of the hour. Caller, you are on the Morning Soapbox with Tom and Shane. What's up?
Hey, it's Kevin.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey. So, the Dems are trying to do a few things with these secret, hidden basement hearings. One, they want to try to find any dirt they can. So they're bringing in people under the guise of this phony, impeachment, so they can see if there's anything else they can find. Two, they want the illusion of guilt, so people are like, there must be something because they keep going after him on all this stuff, and all these people coming in, and there's all these court things. And then thirdly, they're going after the low information voter. I've got friends who are like, they remember when Shifty Schiff did the made up what Trump had said because he wanted to. He said that's what he thought Trump was thinking, not what Trump actually said on the thing. And so my friend was like, well, he heard that, and then he doesn't investigate, look into it any farther. And so he's like, well, that's Trump threatened to like go after him like a mob boss. And I was like, that was totally fake. He's like, oh, you get that from Fox News? And, and they don't look any farther than that. So as far as the message gets out there, and people go, oh, he must be guilty. And then they don't care about looking any farther into it. And so, that's...
Well, gotta go.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, thanks, man. We'll be right back. 25 minutes for the top of the hour. It's a Monday, November 18th, 2019. It's 41 degrees outside. Looking for a high of 52 today. And don't forget, you get your weather anytime you want it. KMMS AM 1450 KMMS on our app, our phone app, or you can get it at kmmsam.com. And, 5 things you need to know, Shane. Pelosi invites Trump to testify in the impeachment hearings. Why don't you come on down, Donnie, and we'll have a good time, man. We'll bring donuts, so we'll have some, some soft drinks and everything, and you can just tell us the whole story.
The thing about the 21st century is that the bully pulpit is widened. It's no longer just the president's bully pulpit.
Yeah.
It's the Speaker of the House's bully pulpit, the Majority Leader in the Senate's bully. Everybody that has a microphone now in Washington has a bully pulpit.
Sure seems that way.
She doesn't handle hers very well, I don't think, but we'll see.
We'll see. Let's go to the phones. 522-TALK is the number. Caller, you on the air. What's up?
Good morning, gentlemen. This is Jerry. How are you?
Hi, Jerry.
I'm very fascinated. They're going to parade out more witnesses this week. Is that correct?
Yes.
And some of them are duplicates of what has gone before. Is that correct?
They got 11,
Yes.
I think. No, they have like 11 scheduled this week, something like that.
Right, and I think they've only released the testimony from the Star Chamber on 5 of them.
Yeah, so this is basically a rerun,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Okay. The one that fascinated me the most was this guy named Kent.
Yeah.
Yeah, 16 years as an expert in rule of law and anti-corruption and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait a minute, 16 years in the State Department. Where were you when Benghazi went down?
Yeah. I don't remember your testimony then.
Yeah, where were you as an expert in corruption in the State Department when Biden and his son went to Ukraine and then China? What's going on?
This is such total hypocrisy. And I think, to tell you the truth, the Speaker of the House, Pelosi, put her foot in it when she said the president ought to come before us, and they're going to be in for a rude awakening if he ever sits down with those folks.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
And if you think
I think the most damning information was the book that Haley put out and what she had to say about his chief of staff, General
Kelly and
Tillerson.
And Mattis, yeah. And Tillis, yeah.
The meeting she had with Tillerson and Kelly is worse than Rosenstein's joke about taping the president for the 25th Amendment.
Yeah.
Right. And I think also, if you think Adam Schiff has bug eyes now and looks like Marty Feldman, wait till the president gets a hold of that guy.
Marty Feldman, that's great.
All right.
I mean, it's really something else that this man, who is the head of this committee, and I don't want to sound biased here, but he has not put forth the truth of anything that he releases to the media. It seems to me nothing but more lies.
Well, hasn't he said for like 3 years he's had the evidence all along? And
right, where is it?
Yeah, that's what we're asking. Where is it?
Okay, guys.
All right, thanks for the call.
Thanks,
all right, take care. Let's take another call. 522-TALK is the number. Caller, you on the Morning Soapbox with Tom and Shane. What's up?
Morning, Tom and Shane. It's Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Morning, Paul.
I've got a curiosity. Last week on Thursday, a little while after you guys completed your program, the station went off the air and stayed off till late afternoon.
Yep.
And did the same thing again Friday.
Right.
Haven't heard what that was all about.
Well, we had some issues at our tower, for one, I just found out, and also they were doing some upgrades to some of the servers because we've had some problems with streaming in the past, so they just decided they would try to correct everything all at once, and hopefully they did.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully it's all done.
All right.
So they tell me anyway.
Well,
I've still got my fingers crossed. You know, this is electronics, so.
It was a bit surprising.
Yeah. I sat here and took calls all morning what we're doing. So I know you're feeling. But hopefully it's all fixed, and hopefully we won't be off the air today. So.
All right. Well,
all right, man.
We can hear the truth now.
Amen. Go for it.
Right,
all right. Thanks for the call. Yeah.
So speaking about streaming, Disney's over 20 million, 20% to 100 million by Christmas.
That's where they are. All right, let's take one more caller. We got to take a break. Caller, you on the air? What's going on?
This is Clint.
Hey, what's up?
Good morning, good sir.
Good morning there, Shane. Well, we're in the banana belt out here today.
Yeah, pretty nice.
Yes, it is, Tom. Well, what I called about is this: what is a high crime and a misdemeanor?
Whatever the House says it is.
Well, now who made up the rules and regulations for the House rules? Who made the House and Senate rules? Who made them up?
Well, whoever is in charge makes them up now.
That's right. That's absolutely right. Well, the way I look at it is when a president wants to investigate, let's assume that he's investigating where our money went, the billions of dollars that we gave the Ukraine. So he runs into this Joe Biden's son that's getting $50,000 a month from the guy's an oil company, and he's wondering, I wonder if any of this money we're giving the Ukraine is going to this company in one way or another. So I don't see how that could be a high crime or a misdemeanor. What it looks to me like is the President of the United States is trying to save the taxpayers' money if there's crookedness in the gift to the Ukraine. Now, if that's a high crime or a misdemeanor, I want to say of this bridge down here on the Gallatin River. It isn't.
I thought you'd want to sell the pond.
What's that?
I thought you'd want to sell the pond. You have a pond for sale.
Well, I got a sewer pond. I don't even want to talk about it. It makes me madder than hell. And,
yeah,
and
let's not go there.
And
I don't have time. I got to take a break here, so go for it.
I got to go down tomorrow night and voice my opinion about their ponds and their sewer system and all that.
Yeah.
Down to Manforton School, and everybody's invited to come down and listen to what I got to say too. It's
all
6 o'clock tomorrow night. But anyway, what I want to say is this president has done more so far for this nation than any other president I can name since Reagan.
I'd agree with that. That's why I say, he may lie, he may pontificate, he may embellish, but you can't ignore the results.
Well, who doesn't lie?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Are we all perfect like Jesus Christ? I don't think so. That's why we go to church on Sundays, try to repent for our sins.
Amen.
So what I'm thinking is, this is the biggest dog and pony show I have ever seen in my 85 years of living. It is.
Well, you weren't you around for the McCarthy hearings? You remember those?
You damn right I remember them.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sad thing what the House is doing to a president of this country. And that Brasha place there in the Ukraine, if that Biden boy, that Hunter Biden, is taking $50,000 a month, and I'm the president of this United States, and I'm going to give them some money, you're damn well sure that I'm going to find out if any of that United States taxpayers' money is going to him in one way or another. Now, I can't see why that's a high crime or a misdemeanor.
Yep.
When he's looking out for the people of this country.
I'm with you there. I got to go. Hey, thanks,
Okay,
guys.
well, you betcha. Thank you.
All right. We'll be right back right after this. 14 minutes before the top of the hour. It's Monday, November 18th, 2019. 40 degrees outside. 52 is going to be our high today, hopefully. And Shane Dobbin, half man, half amazing on the line. Tommy Goloff, your morning mayor. And in other 5 things you need to know, President Trump on Sunday blasted Jennifer Williams, a State Department employee who serves as a special advisor to Mike Pence, accused her of being a never-a-Trumper, Shane. Ooh. What?
Interesting what she's going to have to say, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, she listened in on Trump's July 25 phone call with Ukraine President Zelensky from the White House Situation Room and is set to appear before the House Intelligence Committee on Tuesday for a public impeachment hearing. So
be interesting to find out if she was in on the other 2 calls before that.
Yeah,
that'll be the real key.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah,
because the third phone call he released, last Wednesday, I think it was, right?
Yeah.
It's the same as the others. It's nothing. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
There's just nothing.
No. Trump's next tweet from our text line, 478-8298. Trump's next tweet should be, thanks for the invitation, Nancy. I never realized that you wanted to get to the truth so badly. You were willing to offer me a chance to speak. I wholeheartedly accept your invitation on one condition, that the Democrats spring for the coffee, tea, and donuts, and I'm there. There you go. Let's see. Also from our text line, I considered the possibility that it was trolls or vandals that knocked you off the air. Okay, that may be.
That may be, yeah.
Yeah, the last caller made a great point. Obama got a Nobel Prize for the first 10 months in office. Trump has done more in a year than all of Obama's 8 years put together, and all the libs can do is make themselves look like fools trying to remove him from office by any means necessary.
So you think Shifty Shift will be up for a Grammy from Hollywood for his television performance?
He may be, yeah. Also from our text line, 478-8298, Schiff looks like a Hogwarts goblin.
Ooh.
So, all right, that'll catch us up. That'll catch us up on our text line. Another things you need to know, of course, we talked about Hong Kong violence is over there, and they are having a hard time keeping the protesters. Right now, they're protesting at the campus of the college there. Protesters have occupied the campus for several days, and on Sunday night, police surrounding the area, ordering them to leave. Police have been firing tear gas at demonstrators who are trying to leave the university, and also shot water cannons. The protesters still have control over most of the campus, and the university's president, Jing Wang Tang, recorded a video message telling demonstrators he would go to the police station with them to ensure their cases were processed in a fair manner. Protests started in June with demonstrators wanting to stop a proposed bill, since withdrawn, that would have suspects arrested in Hong Kong extradited to mainland China for trial.
Well, there's 400,000 expatriate Canadians that live in Hong Kong permanently, and from what I've heard from sources, they're all holding open tickets, to jump a plane, because they're all staying in their condos and apartments, and they're worried. They're watching this stuff going on outside, and it's not a good thing to be involved in. To see, I witnessed this when I went to Korea once, and I was in the capital of Korea, and it was in September, and I watched from my hotel room as all the university students came out of the university down this huge parkway demonstrating, because it was the beginning of school, so they just were dead, and they clashed and fought with the police for like 6 hours, and then they went back to the college campus and
went back to school. Huh?
They just They just like to fight.
That was fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's do that. All right, we got to take another quick break. We got to get the Rush update in here, and Four Corners Pond, and of course, want to talk to you as well, and we'll be right back with more right after that. Here's Rush. 5 minutes before the top of the hour, it's Monday, November 18th, 2019. Shane and Tom and half man, half amazing on the line. Tom Eagle, off your morning mayor. Winding down, Shane, as we come up against the top of the hour here. And one of the things we need to talk about, I guess, before we leave, Trump reportedly reverses course on banning kid-friendly flavored e-cigarettes. Why is the president bailing on that theory?
Well, because he's come to the consensus with that in his staff, and his policy is going to be, that they're going to establish age usage, like 21 or 18, something like that. And I don't think that you should, take away the benefit for people that use it to stop smoking, if they're adults. Yeah. And I think that's where his head's at. But the point is, he's proacting, he's dealing with this. It's not like the Oxycontin issue that Obama did nothing about, or the FDA did nothing about for 8 years. Yeah. So the bottom line is he's doing something about it, looking at what kind of legislation to get bipartisanly through the House and Senate to make it work and protect children.
I wonder what the vape vote is.
Millennials
in the swing states, is he going to lose? Is he going to lose the vapor vote? If he does,
it's a minority that's out there and represented. So you got to pay attention to these things. And Pascal, that's in charge of his media, his online media. I think he sees this, and he's probably talked to the president and said, let's put an age limit on this and protect the children. But there's too many, millennials, and even people our age or younger, they're trying to quit smoking.
Yeah. Well, he said that he didn't know a whole lot about the issue and was doing it more for Melania and Ivanka, that they were pretty much down with getting rid of it. But then the White House some of the re-election campaign folks are worried about the vaping vote. Whether or not it's
a minority, you got to pay attention to them, and they're powerful on media.
I'm just wondering how many there are.
Millions.
What the vaping vote is in key states or swing states, I guess I should say. I don't know.
Sold like 6 million of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're vaping TLC, aren't they high and not aware that it's even election day?
Yeah, so they don't bogart, okay?
I don't know. Well, also, the Democratic governor was reelected in Louisiana, and that points another, that is a red flag for me that the Democrats are starting to rise up, and, I think we're going to see a lot more of this before the election in 2020.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
this is about the third or fourth contest here that the Democrats have taken. Yeah,
well, what is it? Almost 15 million or 1.5 million people showed up in this election, and only about 1.2 million showed up in the previous election for governor. So, the bottom line is getting the vote out, right?
Well, it is, and the Democrats, I think they're mobilizing to get the vote out in 2020, and the Republicans are going to sit on their hands again. They're going to have Nancy, or not Nancy, but have Elizabeth or Bernie or Joe as your president, and I don't think anybody wants that. But
go TV, get out the vote.
Well, yeah, but we've done that before. In 2018, we saw the result.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's clearly an urban-rural issue, as far as the vote.
Well, that's what happened in Louisiana.
Mississippi had a great turnout, but I was disappointed. I was disappointed by a lot, but it wasn't. It was close from what it originally started out as. But I was disappointed by the African American vote. Still is determined to vote Democrat. I'm surprised, but that's surprising to me, Tom.
It really is. Yeah. All right, say goodbye, Shane.
Goodbye, Mayor. Look forward to speaking with you in the morning, and thank you for a magnificent Monday, callers, because you make it special. Everybody, enjoy the day, live in the moment, be happy, be safe, God bless.
All right. All right, that'll wrap it up for us today. Jeff Krause will join us tomorrow at 8 o'clock. They're going to be talking about affordable housing at their meeting tonight. Also, Mount Fortin is going to be talking about some stuff. So Clint will be down there. So if you want to check that out. Also, we've had a wreck on 191 with a couple semis jackknifing. So there may be some delays going to Big Sky. So be aware of that. We'll see everybody bright and early tomorrow morning, 6 a.m.